So, can I pause to think during the IELTS speaking test? Well, it depends. Before I get into the details, I need to clarify the difference between pause and hesitation. Pause is when you stop speaking and say nothing, but hesitation is when you speak slower and you're not sure what to say. So, let's look at the band descriptors. Here we can see the word hesitation in band 6, 7, 8, and 9. If you look around hesitation, you will see the word contents related and language related. But what do they mean? Well, you may hesitate to think of ideas, which is the meaning of contents related hesitation, or to find words or grammar, which is the definition of language related hesitation. Look at the band descriptors again. Under fluency and coherence, in band 7, we have may demonstrate language-related hesitation at times. So sometimes the candidate hesitates, and that's for language. In band 8, hesitation is usually contents-related. So the candidate show hesitation to think of ideas and only rarely to search for language, meaning that to find words or grammar. And in band 9, any hesitation is content-related, not to search for words or grammar. So if you hesitate too much, specifically to find words or grammar, you cannot get 8 or 9 in terms of fluency. So in short, the more you pause to find words or grammar, the lower score you will get for fluency. Now, what to do with these hesitations? Well, according to IDP, you should use these phrases to fill the gap and avoid hesitation. You could pause and have a read. The important point here is to use them in a natural way. For example, when you say, "That's an interesting question," you should show interest, not in a robotic monotone. And also, according to IDP, you should avoid fillers, meaning that you should avoid using like, well, yeah, and so on, because we generally use fillers when we don't know what to say and we cannot access the appropriate language or ideas. 2 more important tips. 1, only use the words and structures you have practiced and you're sure about and you feel confident. In other words, don't use words or structures that you have recently learned and you're not sure how to use them. Number 2, try to find another way to say what you want to say. In other words, try to paraphrase whenever you're not sure or you cannot find the appropriate word. For example, imagine you cannot come up with the word offend. So here you could use I mean and then the definition of that if you can. Like, I didn't want to make him upset or angry, which is the definition of offend. To recap, to answer the question, can I pause to think during the IELTS speaking test? We talked about the difference between pause and hesitation, and we talked about 2 types of hesitations. Language related, meaning that you look for words or grammar, and contents related, which means that you look for ideas. The second one is acceptable even in band 9. Some tips. Use some phrases to avoid hesitations, the phrases we talked about earlier. Try to avoid fillers. Use the words and structures you feel confident about, meaning that don't use the words you have recently learned and you're not sure how to use them. The last one, find another way to say what you want to say. It means that when you cannot think of words or related grammar, try to paraphrase and say that in another way.